Hey everybody, welcome back to Testimony Tuesday. First of all, I just want to start off by saying thank you guys so much for watching these videos and sharing them. I really appreciate that. And also, if you're wondering why pretty much all of my videos I'm in sports apparel, for the assignment that I'm currently at, I have to be in athletic apparel. And also, I pretty much live in it. For my close friends that know me, they know I'm pretty much always in activewear, always moving and going somewhere. So, anyway, if you guys caught my last Faith Fact Friday video, I'd mentioned how I was going to share a testimony about the concept of sowing and reaping and or giving and receiving, right? So this is from fall 2017. I'd come back from out east and I'd been back for about a month, and it was really nice because God just allowed me to have this time of just like relaxation and kind of decompressing, and it was really nice. And so it had been a few weeks and I was like, okay, God, what am I supposed to do next? And this is a side note. So one of the women and close friends slash mentors that God has brought into my life almost 9 years ago now, one of the many things that God used her to teach me is that faith. Instead of just going out and getting another job, ask God where your next assignment is. And I had never heard it that way. And I was like, you know what? That makes sense. And also, it just takes off the pressure, a lot of it seems like to me, because it's like then you're asking God what you're supposed to do versus like, oh, I gotta try and figure this out, I gotta just go out and get another job, right? So anyway, so I was like, God, what do you want me to do? So Sunday rolls around and I went to church, and I felt like, now guys, I did not have much money at all. I remember I had a little bit, and then I had enough to like pay my phone bill, like that was gonna be later that week. And I felt like God was saying, like, give it all to me. Like, I had the money set aside for the phone bill, but everything else like put in the offering. And it wasn't much, but I was like, okay, God, like, I'm sowing a seed, right? It wasn't the tithe. This was different. This was a sacrificial seed. This is all I had left. And so I put it in the offering. And I'm not going to lie, I was nervous and I didn't know what was going to happen, right? And so 3 days later, I felt so strongly that I was supposed to volunteer at this sports tournament that was going to be that Wednesday. So just 3 days after God told me, give it all, right? And so I obeyed and I went and I helped out and stuff. And while I'm at the sports tournament, I, I run into my old boss. And she was like, hey, Faith, I didn't know you were back in town. I was like, hey, yeah, like, not sure quite what I'm doing next. But the next words out of her mouth were, do you want a job? And I was just like, and so I was just like, yeah. And so I ended up doing some long term teaching. And so it just amazes me how, literally all we really have to do is obey and trust. And so God came through, per usual. So I hope that encourages you guys. Thank you guys again for watching and sharing and subscribing. That means a lot, and it just gets the videos out so that more people can see them. I hope you guys have a great day, and remember to keep walking by faith and not by sight.